evening. On behalf of Mortarboard and Omicron Delta Kappa, we'd like to welcome you to the college's annual Yule Log celebration. My name is Emily Topness, and I'm the Vice President of Mortarboard.
Hi, I'm Caroline Morin, the Vice President of Omicron Delta Kappa. Each year, Mortarboard and ODK sponsor this ceremony as a unique William and Mary tradition. We are so excited that you have joined us tonight for an evening filled with the warmth and cheer of the holiday season.
As we gather tonight, we would like to take a moment to thank all of you who have already donated to our selected Yule Log charity. This year, we are donating the proceeds to the Avalon Center. The Avalon Center works to end domestic and sexual violence by breaking the cycle of abuse through prevention, education, shelter, and support services in the greater Williamsburg and Middle Peninsula communities. By offering tools for safety, self-sufficiency, and empowerment, Avalon helps break the cycle of abuse and build a stronger, healthier community.
From Mortarboard and ODK, we would like to extend our heartfelt thanks to Avalon for their tremendous work supporting our Williamsburg community and for partnering with us tonight. On campus, Avalon is a member of the Let's Get Consensual Coordinating Committee to prevent sexual assault and harassment. In this role, and in its partnerships with The Haven and Someone You Know, Avalon assists with prevention, awareness, and support for survivors. If you have not yet had a chance to donate, please do so through the donation link on the William and Mary Yule Log website. Donation jars can also be found at each of the gates and at the entrance to the Great Hall.
Students and members of the extended William and Mary family have decorated the beautiful paper doves displayed here on the Wren portico, offering a visual representation of the theme's roles in their cultures, faiths, and everyday lives. Student groups reflected on peace, joy, and gratitude by offering short passages to share with us tonight. Tonight is an opportunity for the community to celebrate one of its greatest strengths, our diversity. In the spirit of gratitude, we want to acknowledge the collective history of William and Mary as it relates to the grounds on which we celebrate tonight.
We welcome Will Hamlet, Vice President of the American Indian Student Association, to read the land acknowledgement. Following, we welcome Ethan Miller of the Lemon Project to acknowledge the role of enslaved people in William and Mary's history.
Hi, I'm Will Hamlet, and I'm the Vice President of the American Indian Student Association at William and Mary. Today, I will be giving the land acknowledgement. William and Mary acknowledges the indigenous peoples who are the original inhabitants of the land our campus is on today. The Chernahaca Nottoway, Chickahominy, Eastern Chickahominy, Mattaponi, Monacan, Nansemond, Nottoway, Pamunkey, Patawomek, Upper Mattaponi, and Rappahannock tribes, and pay our respect to their tribal members, past and present.
Hello, my name is Ethan Miller. Sorry, one second. My name is Ethan Miller, and I'm representing the Lemon Project, a journey of reconciliation. At a ceremony like Yule Log, it is important to remember the illustrious history of this hallowed institution. For most of the university's existence, however, William and Mary's history, as it was written, was incomplete. The Lemon Project aims to fix these inaccuracies to ensure William and Mary's history is a more inclusive narrative. The project is a multifaceted and dynamic attempt to rectify wrongs perpetrated against African Americans by William and Mary. Founded over a decade ago in response to student demands for accountability and transparency, Dr. Jody Allen serves as the director. The project is named for Lemon, a man who was once enslaved by William and Mary. Lemon Project team researchers, such as my professor and mentor, Dr. Juwan Johnson, have brought much needed historical context to the experiences of African Americans at William and Mary. The Lemon Project continues to contextualize our history through the construction of Hearth, Memorial to the Enslaved. The memorial is scheduled to be completed later this academic year and is symbolic of efforts undertaken by the Lemon Project as a whole. Every enslaved person who was enslaved by the university or by others who labored here will be memorialized. Hearth will serve as a tangible reminder of the marginalized communities who have done so much for William and Mary and have made the institution what it is today. Indeed, enslaved people constructed, maintained, lived, and labored in this building where we gather today. The Lemon Project has also gone to significant lengths to engage with the Williamsburg community and provide outlets for healing for descendants and community members adversely affected by the college. Centered in the Hearth Memorial is a fire. Fire is representative of many things in society: burning, destruction, despair. However, this flame is emblematic of something much more beautiful: healing. In nature, fires serve this incredibly critical purpose. Fires can clear out waste from the forest floor and serve as a natural reckoning in order to return any ecosystem to equilibrium. The Lemon Project serves a similar purpose in its efforts to create a more inclusive William and Mary. However, in order to make nature bloom in all its beauty, you need to foster its growth as well. We must continue to support efforts for a more accountable history. We must incorporate a broader and more inclusive understanding of our William and Mary campus community. Most importantly, we must continue to commit to not feeding fires that burn and destroy. We as a campus community must take every action we can to ensure that William and Mary is at the forefront of healing to strengthen the peace that nights like Yule Log are representative of. Thank you.
We hope that by recognizing our collective history tonight, during this special celebration of our community, we can more deeply fulfill the statement boldly put forth in the college's 1949 student handbook: who comes here belongs here.
Our next speaker of the evening is one of our favorite Yule Log celebrities. She's here tonight to read the classic holiday poem, "'Twas the Night After Finals." Please give a warm welcome to our very own Vice President for Student Affairs, Ginger Ambler.
"'Twas the night after finals, and all through the college not a creature was stirring. They were too stuffed with knowledge. Term papers were hung on the dorm walls with care in hopes that good grades would soon appear there. Bills and Marys were nestled all snug in their beds, while dreams of aced finals danced round in their heads. The delis and Brickhouse had shut down their taps, and we'd all settled in for our well-deserved naps. Not a soul at the library drinking Swem Roma's brew. The whole place was silent, not just the third floor. Those sweet dogs had gone too. But out on the lawn, AKA Sunky G, there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my loft, ouch, to see what was the matter. The students were cheering their exuberance loud. Whatever was happening, it drew quite a crowd. Perhaps our tribe athletes were showing their craft, or maybe 'twas faculty, hot debate on a raft. With great haste I hurried to where a crowd dense went, huge tents and regalia, an October commencement? It was homecoming, yes, and joy flowed aplenty as we pomped and we circumstanced at last for 2020. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. With the moon shining bright on that campus that night, our vista was magic. I paused for the sight. Bright lights, how they beckoned from the wren and her trees. Convocation at night, on the third try, yes please. We welcomed 2 classes, 25s and 24s. Such jubilant cheering as they came through these doors. With pep band and clappers, wherever you roam, you'll know nothing else like it. One tribe, welcome home. And more joy abounded. Registration was smashing. Can you believe we made it without banner crashing? Then what to my wondering eyes should appear but a sanitized sleigh with 8 fully vaccinated reindeer. 1 J&J, 3 Pfizer, and Moderna times 4. But this year, no masks, 'cause deers live outdoors. Masks required in stables unless actively eating or drinking. With a furry old driver sporting wings and a mane, hey tribe, it's our Griffin flying o'er the terrain. More rapid than streakers, his reindeer they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now seniors, now juniors, now grad schools entire, on sophomores, on freshmen, alumni and choir. He circled and circled, his brow creased with dismay. Is there really no parking space for this tribe sleigh? And oh no, he cried, his Santa heart breaking. The cheese shop for real? No more sandwich making? To the tip top of Boswell, to the top of brick walls, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. On up to the dorm roofs his coursers they flew, after stopping at Wawa for a hoagie or two. But where could he perch amidst all this construction? PBK, the swim patio, and Sadler expansion. And where is the bookstore? He wondered aloud. Ah, next to the bake shop, where there's always a crowd. They flew over Chancellor's and Willis, and then the team dashed through Matsu Arcade on toward Wren. And then, in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof, in clear violation of college regulations. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed not in red, but he wore green and gold. Santa swaggers with tribe pride around the North Pole. His eyes, how they twinkled with mischief and glee. His yak karma has soared to 1693. But then, for a moment, his head he did scratch to learn he was somebody's marriage pact match. A bundle of gifts he'd flung down from his sleigh so he looked like a tourist on outlet sale day. He unloaded gifts he was sure that would please, hot hollies to go and fries loaded with cheese, and green and gold gear for school spirit to show. When it comes to tribe pride, we're all in, you know. He smiled for our students, a better world they promote. They engage the day's issues, they speak out, and they vote. In the national rankings, our university is gleaming. U.S. News, Forbes, and Kiplinger keep those applicants streaming. We hold the top spots where other schools are just reaching: community service, study abroad, and undergraduate teaching. St. Nick thought a lot about his gifts for our crew. He pondered, then knew what he needed to do. He made a great banner for the whole world to see, the best university where any could be. Santa spoke not a word, but went door to door, leaving job offers for seniors and grad admits by the score. Then laying a finger aside of his nose and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a yell, and away they all flew like the ducks on Crimdell. But I heard him exclaim as that sleigh flew away, "You're the best, William and Mary. You each get an A." Happy holidays!
Thank you, Vice President Ambler.
During the ongoing pandemic, we we are keenly aware of the sacrifices made by our William & Mary essential workers to keep our campus open and our community safe. Words of thanks will never be enough. But please know, all students recognize the risk to your health and the health of your families that you have undertaken to ensure we have been supported and protected these past 2 years.
From dining hall staff and facilities management to healthcare workers, campus police, and residence hall staff, you have our sincerest gratitude. Essential workers, we take our debt to your service seriously, and we honor you tonight.
In addition, we would like to thank William & Mary professors and professional faculty for endlessly supporting students throughout the pandemic. We appreciate everything you do to support our community and the college.
Next up, the Intonations will serenade us with some holiday tunes.
Is this all? Hello, everyone. We are the Intonations, William & Mary's oldest all-female identifying a cappella group. We just want to wish you a happy holiday, and we're going to be singing 2 short songs. And if you would like to join in, that would be wonderful.
All is calm, all is bright.
Tonight we welcome Bisola Olowe from InterVarsity Christian Fellowship, Shule Bakir from the Muslim Students Association, Jesse Derringer from Catholic Campus Ministries, Robert West from William and Mary Hillel, Daywik Munjawani from the Hindu, Sikh, and Jain Students Association, Michaela Hill from the Black Student Organization, and Destiny Hodgson from the Latin American Student Union. Please join us in welcoming them as they share reflections on peace, joy, and gratitude.
My name is Bisola Olowe, and I'm representing InterVarsity. On Christmas, Christians celebrate that Jesus lovingly entered a broken world in order to show us that there is something greater to look forward to that is beyond the sadness and disappointments we often face. I have always been amazed at the humility of the God of the universe being born in a manger, where horses and cattle ate, exposed and vulnerable. According to the book of Luke, he was wrapped in cloths and laid in a manger because there was no guest room available. At a time of year often marked by the stress of finals, travel, and family obligations, I think the Christmas story, can be a powerful reminder of the importance of finding ways to humbly love one another. This love can take many forms. Maybe it means giving up some study time to drive someone to the airport. Or it can be as simple as leaving a full aromas punch card for a stranger having a rough day. It is also just as important to love yourself during this season. That could look like taking a break when you need it, listening to your body, or making the choice to seek outside resources to deal with stress. Even the smallest acts of love we undertake when done with humility can be a reminder to others and ourselves that we deserve that love just as much. The Christmas story tells us that we have the power to demonstrate that love to others and ourselves, even in the simplest ways. Over the past year and a half, there have been countless reasons for stress, worry, and fear. But the God of the universe came to this earth in a manger to freely give us the peace and love our world so often needs. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May the peace, mercy, and blessings of God be with you this evening. My name is Shule Bakir, and I'm representing the Muslim Students Association. While this is the season to be jolly, finding joy and gratitude in our daily lives is an incredible blessing, one that does not require a time nor place. We were all tested in these past 2 years with various struggles. Among those, being around one's community stood out the most, something that you were used to taking for granted. How incredible it is to be able to stand here together today, sharing the joy and beauty of this season that only gets better when spent with loved ones. Smile, as the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, was the most beautiful act of charity. Be thankful for the blessings and mercies that we have been granted. May we all sow the seeds of peace, gratitude, and joy this season, and maybe reap their rewards from every day onwards. Thank you.
My name is Jesse Derringer, and I'm representing Catholic Campus Ministry. Peace is a reception, gratitude is a gift, joy is the effect. These ideas can be universalized and applied to all our lives this time of year. Each of us has experienced the stress of not being accepted, that is, not having a grounding force for our individual identities. The struggle to find identity is a search for someone to hear the deepest whispers of our soul. Peace comes when we receive the hand reaching out to say, "You are loved." The reasonable response to such a life-altering act is a gift in return. Whether it is saying thank you to the people who ground us or lending a hand to the next person along the way, gratitude gives back. Unlike happiness, which is subject to the whims of circumstance, Joy derives its lasting benefits from the interplay of peace and gratitude. Joy is the efficacious harmony supported by the reception of peace and the gift of gratitude. Think of someone joyful and imagine how infectious their state is to those around them. This is because their actions and their demeanor are bolstered by peace and their identity and gratitude for the one who gave it to them. As this semester comes to an end, I encourage you all to open your hearts to peace, give the gift of gratitude, and experience the resulting joy.
My name is Robert West, and I'm representing Hillel at William & Mary. As we gather here today in the Wren Courtyard, listening to remarks from various student groups, let us take pride in what our school builds. We foster a community where religious expression is celebrated and diversity is welcomed. Students of all backgrounds celebrate the holiday season at tonight's Yule log, a celebration of peace, gratitude, and joy. Recently, our campus Jewish community came together to celebrate Hanukkah. The holiday recalls a time when the practice of Judaism had been outlawed. With the victory of the Maccabees against the Seleucid Empire, the Jews were able to return to the temple and resume practice. For those of you who don't know, every temple keeps a flame lit at all times. This Ner Tamid, or eternal flame, represents God's eternal presence. When the Jews returned to the temple, they saw that the Ner Tamid had been put out. They found only enough oil to relight it for one day. Instead, the flame lasted for 8 days, which is the origin of the Hanukkah menorah. For us, Hanukkah is a story of the small overcoming the odds, the weak overcoming the mighty. The holiday calls attention to the struggles of marginalized religious groups as they strive to maintain their traditions. More generally, Hanukkah is a holiday of resistance and fighting for what you believe in. So tonight, let us remember to never be at peace when there remains injustice in the world. Let each of us seek to be a Ner Tamid, a light that gives hope and brightens even the darkest of rooms. This holiday season, let us take time to reflect and strive for a brighter future. As it says in Deuteronomy, justice, justice, you shall pursue. Let's continue to work together to form an even stronger campus community in the year to come.
My name is Devik Munjwani, and I'm representing the Hindu Sikh and Jain Students Association. The Hindu Sikh and Jain faiths involve belief in a force that is bigger than any individual, yet lives in all of us and binds the whole universe together. This implores us to treat others with love and kindness, since ultimately we're all one and the same. Thus, behalf on the Hindu Sikh and Jain Students Association, we hope our Christian siblings have a very Merry Christmas filled with love and kindness. Happy Yule log, everyone.
My name is Michaela Hill, and I'm representing the Black Student Organization. As we gather to celebrate the holidays and reflect on the year 2021, we can all find what has brought us peace, gratitude, and joy. Of course, this year has been filled with challenges we could never have imagined years ago. But we all have persevered and have demonstrated our strength as a community. Together, we have learned how to live through a pandemic which has exposed so many faults in our world. Together, we understand that when there is justice, there will be peace. We have learned the value of prioritizing mental health and finding our personal happiness. Each of us has grown tremendously, and as a community, we know there is nothing we cannot accomplish together. This holiday season, peace, gratitude, and joy are within each and every one of us. Here at William & Mary, our home away from home, we have peace knowing our community is supportive of each other. We have gratitude for our ability to celebrate together and our dedication to keeping each and every one of us safe. And of course, joy fills all of us, because if there is one thing this year has shown us, it is that with our diverse perspectives and passions, we can change the world. Let us honor the 7 principles of Kwanzaa: unity, self-determination, collective work and responsibility, cooperative economics, purpose, creativity, and faith. This holiday season, take time to reflect, give back, drink some cider, and find what brings you peace, gratitude, and joy. Happy holidays from the Black Student Organization.
My name is Destiny Hodgson, and I'm representing the Latin American Student Union. As the Latin American Student Union, we believe that it is crucial to come together and celebrate what we have in common, as well as to share what makes us unique. We are grateful to have so many memories and connections this past year, and we hope to carry it on to the next. In addition, we acknowledge that some of us have been handed more privileges than others, and we encourage those people to reflect and use those advantages to better unite this community. We cannot call ourselves a family if we leave others behind. I learned that from Lilo and Stitch. On behalf of WASU, we hope this winter season brings you warmth, love, and protection, and wish you all happy holidays. Thank you.
We hope that these reflections on peace, gratitude, and joy will inspire all of you as part of our campus community to embrace and carry on the spirit of Yule log long after the last piece of holly has burned.
Thank you to all of our student speakers. Now we are excited to introduce a special guest, President Catherine Rowe.
President Rowe is here to read a surprise story, which she selected after taking book recommendations from students. We are excited to continue the tradition of coming together as one William and Mary community year after year to share a winter-themed story. Without further ado, President Rowe.
Good evening, William and Mary. And good evening to everybody who is joining us for the live stream. I was hoping that those beautiful greetings were going to bring the rain to an end, but it's warm here with so many people and so many beautiful fires glowing in your hearts as well as in the courtyard. So happy holidays. We have a tradition here that each year the president reads a story at Yule log, and since I've come to William & Mary, I've invited suggestions so that that story could be a surprise. The president's aides have helped me in choosing which one, and this year's story is entitled Winter Dance. It's about preparing for new seasons in new ways, finding the ways to celebrate that are just right for you, and about having to look for creative solutions to celebrating together. That's something we know a lot about, don't we? I hope you will enjoy it. Winter Dance by Marion Dane Bauer, illustrated by Richard Jones. A single snowflake floats through the air, spins, leaps, settles on the nose of a fine red fox. Winter is coming, says the fox. What should I do? I can tell you what to do, says a woolly caterpillar. Wrap yourself in a shiny chrysalis so you'll wake to a butterfly spring. And the woolly caterpillar crawls away to do just that. That won't do for me, says the fox. I'm not meant to fly. I can tell you what to do, the turtle calls. Tip your tail to the sky and swim down, down, down to bury yourself in the slick, cool mud. And the turtle does just that. That won't do for me, says the fox. Mud is much too muddy. Let me tell you what to do, whispers a bat. Zig and zag and swoop into a cave. Then hang by your toes and go to sleep. And the bat does just that. That won't do for me, says the fox. My toes would get tired. Plop! An acorn drops from a tree. I can tell you what to do, chatters a squirrel. Gather, gather, gather. Then quick, quick, hide everything away. And he scampers off to do just that. That won't do for me, says the fox. I don't even like acorns. We'll tell you what to do, the geese honk from the sky. Flap your wings and fly away to warm nights, warm days and silky soft nights. And going, going, gone, the geese do just that. That won't do for me, says the fox. I belong here in the forest. A snowshoe hare hops by in his new winter coat. I can tell you what to do, he says. Turn yourself white to match the snow, and the snowshoe hare who has done just that disappears into a whitening world. That won't do for me, says the fox. I love my red fur. I can tell you what to do, says a great black bear. Curl beneath the roots of a toppled balsam tree and tuck all your growls away. And the great black bear does just that. That won't do for me at all, says the fox. I am not a bit sleepy. Hush, the wind sighs, hush. The fox lies down on the forest floor and puts his nose between his paws. The sun slides down the blue bowl of the sky. Hush, the wind says again. The fox hushes. More snowflakes land on his nose, and then a whistle, soft, soft. A white-tipped tail, golden eyes. I can tell you what to do, says a fine red fox, bowing low. When a million snowflakes fill the air, twirling, tumbling, spinning, waltzing, you and I join them. Of course, says the fox, standing tall, because that's what we fine red foxes do in winter, dance. The end. Thank you. Now, some of you may remember that a few years ago we added a second tradition, which is a sing-along, which is back this year. As we prepare symbolically to cast away the old year's worries and burn them up in the fire of Yule log, because this is the right time for that. Please join the Barksdale Treble Chorus in singing Let's Go from Frozen.
Thank you so much, President. Thank you so much, President Rowe and the Barksdale Travel Corps for literally making it snow. Tonight, we welcome Grace Liscombe from the Asian American Student Initiative, Irene Liu from the Chinese Student Organization, Suraya Malapati from the South Asian Student Association, Kyu Kang from the Korean American Student Association, Camille Zarat from the Filipino American Student Association, and Angelique Vo from the Vietnamese Student Association. Please join us in welcoming them as they lead us in celebrating the William and Mary Asian Centennial.
Good evening and happy holidays, everyone. Congratulations on making it through the first week of finals. We're almost there. So my name is Grace Liscombe, and I'm the current director of the Asian American Student Initiative. It's an honor to stand in front of you all tonight and celebrate the Asian Centennial, which marks 100 years of Asian students at the university. I'd like to give a huge thank you to the members of the Asian Centennial Committee for working so tirelessly to create a beautiful patchwork of diverse narratives across the Asian diaspora. As you all know, Pukao Chen was the first student of Asian descent to attend in 1921. However, I'd also like to recognize Art Matsu, class of 1928, who was the first Asian American at the university. He was half white and half Japanese. In light of the centennial, we are confronted with the age-old question of, what does it really mean to be Asian American? From Native Hawaiians to transracial adoptees to those who are mixed race, just to name a few, tonight I would like to acknowledge that there is a gray area for you within the liminal space that the APIA community occupies. For some, the Asian American experience might include questioning and exploring the boundaries of your own identity and sense of home. But just know this, our Asianness cannot be quantified nor categorized. You exist, and so you belong. Thank you.
Good evening and happy holidays. My name is Irene Liu, and I'm the president of the Chinese Student Organization. 100 years ago in 1921, Chinese international student Pukao Chen from Tsinghua University began his studies at William and Mary, becoming not only the first Asian student to attend the college, but also the first student of color on record, setting the precedent for Chinese and Asian Americans at William and Mary for years to come. Chen is one of the main reasons we celebrate the Asian Centennials this year, and I encourage you all to visit the exhibit dedicated to his story in Swem Library, created and designed by Sumiya Yatsukura with assistance from Brian Zhao, to learn more about this important figure in our school's history. 68 years ago, after PK Chen's arrival in 1980, the Chinese Student Organization was founded and has continued to be a president on campus 32 years later. Tonight, as I speak to you, representing this organization that has become so near and dear to my heart, I think about my journey as a Chinese American. I think about what my parents went through to make sure I would have a better life in this country. I think about my upbringing in a town where I wanted to hide my identity. And I think about the relationships that I've made in CSO, in this community of acceptance, an organization that has tried to foster not only an academic and social environment, but also a sense of belonging since its founding. Seeing events like our Harvest Moon Festival come back to life stronger than ever through the hard work of every member of this organization has made it clear to me that being here is belonging here, and that CSO will always be a space where we are not a monolith, but a family of students from all walks of life celebrating our heritage and culture together. Thank you.
Happy holidays, everyone. My name is Shreya Malapeti, and I'm representing the South Asian Student Association. Ashkar Ali is the first student of South Asian descent on record at William and Mary. Hailing from Lahore, Pakistan, Mr. Ali had goals of becoming a mechanical engineer. In 1952, in an interview with The Flat Hat, Mr. Ali spoke about his skills as a tennis and ping pong player. Almost 70 years later, as a student of South Asian descent at William and Mary, it is monumental to understand how long-standing our legacy is both at this school and in this country. It is hard to visualize your people and your stories in a historical context when they're rarely mentioned. Now, as I represent the South Asian Student Association, I think about how far we've come to claim space for our identities. I wonder if Mr. Ali ever imagined that there would be organizations on this campus that celebrate South Asian cultures, or classes centered around our history and experiences. Just a few weekends ago, SASA hosted our annual cultural showcase, Expressions, back in person after almost 2 years. Seeing so many members come together to act, choreograph, perform, volunteer, and attend the show reminded me of the importance of our organization and everything we stand for. As we go forward, navigating every challenge and circumstance, I am confident that the South Asian students of William & Mary will continue to celebrate and honor the beauty of our rich cultures as we claim space on this campus. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Kyuwon Kang and I'm representing the Korean American Student Association, also known as CASA. The association was founded in 1984 by a small group of Korean students and established as the first Asian organization on campus. CASA consists of students from a variety of backgrounds, including second-generation Korean Americans, Korean international students, or those who are simply interested in the Korean culture. We all come together as members of this organization. No member is more or less important than the other, and we strive to promote awareness and appreciation of Korean culture as one mind. Every fall semester, we organize and present a Chuseok Culture Show to share how South Koreans celebrate the Autumn Harvest Festival. Seeing every member of the organization come together to prepare for the show while learning about its culture and traditions overwhelms me. This year is the 37th year of CASA, and I'm more than grateful for everyone who was a part of the organization before me. I feel honored to represent CASA tonight. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Camille Zarat and I'm representing the Filipino American Student Association. To me, being Filipino American means being thankful for the sacrifices my family made to bring me to William & Mary from Quezon City, Manila. It means sitting alongside my cousins, passing the mic around during Christmas karaoke. It means standing next to my nanay, learning how much patis to put in my sinigang. It means assembling a balikbayan box of American goodies for my lola and lolo in the Philippines every holiday season. The Filipino American Student Association's 30th anniversary is a testament to the work of previous students who wish to share the joy and acceptance of the Filipino spirit. I am grateful for those who came before me and paved the way for us to share our heritage through Culture Night, Kamayan, and our Leadership Action Summit. By tackling difficult questions about the Asian American experience, exploring what it means to be caught between two countries, and creating a community for a diverse set of identities, FASA aims to be a space where students can navigate their journeys here on campus. FASA's values and my family's sacrifices make me proud to be here, imparting the joyful spirit of the holidays as an Asian American here at William & Mary.
Hi everyone, my name is Angelique Vo and I'm representing the Vietnamese Student Association, also known as VSA. When I think about what it means to be a Vietnamese American, I think about my family. Going home for the holidays, aside from the warm bowls of pho or mì Hoan Tan that my family enjoys on cold winter nights, what I always look forward to the most is hearing stories from my parents and relatives. They talk about the life that they had growing up in Saigon, as well as the hardships that they faced when immigrating to the US after the war. During the season where love and family mean the most, these stories are what brings me closer to my family. They remind me of the sacrifices my parents made when they crossed the world just to see me cross the stage, and they continue to be a constant reminder of the perseverance and resilience that my parents taught me to embody as a Vietnamese American. In the spring of 2020, amidst the pandemic, I could not be more grateful to have helped revive the Vietnamese Student Association alongside my closest friends, Lamai Vo, Kenneth Teo, and Brandon Nguyen. On a campus where it almost seemed rare to come across another Vietnamese student, carving the space for our Vietnamese community at William & Mary serves as a testament to the perseverance that comes with being Vietnamese American. VSA not only provides an environment of love and acceptance for our members, but also a space for them to share their experiences, celebrate their heritage and identity, and grow alongside their new Yadin, or family, in events such as our Anji-am program, Yadin Week, and the Jumto celebration. VSA is honored to celebrate the Asian Centennial at William & Mary this year, commemorating the generations of past, present, and future Asian Americans on our campus. We are and always will be proud to stand with the organizations that are here today to share the Asian American experience at William & Mary and what it means to be unapologetically Asian. Thank you.
Thank you all for sharing your reflections on the Asian Centennial with our community. Now we welcome Jeanette Lundberg, President of Mortarboard, and Cody Armstrong, member of Omicron Delta Kappa, who will share with you the history behind the tradition of the Yule log.
The ceremony of the Yule log is believed to have originated with German tribes in Northern Europe as part of their winter festival. In medieval times, a log, which was sometimes a whole trunk of a tree, was selected on Candlemas and carefully stored to dry out for the summer. On Christmas Eve, it was dragged into the house and kindled with unburned parts of last year's log, which had been saved for that purpose. The Scots and the English later adopted this custom, adding it to their Christmas celebration, and the tradition arrived in America with the first colonists.
According to legend, it was considered good luck for the log to burn throughout the 12 days of Christmas. Since it was the custom of some households to declare a holiday for servants when the Yule log burned, every effort was made to assure its longevity. Folktales relay that servants would soak, just like y'all are soaked right now, the log in water so it would burn slowly and throughout the 12 days.
When Dr. Grace Warren Landrum, Dean of Women, first introduced the Yule log ceremony at William & Mary in 1930, the affair was elaborate and required a huge cast. The president of the college would dress in colonial costume as Lord of the Manor, and his assistant dressed as Lord of Misrule. A young child, usually from a faculty family, poured wine over the log and threw the first piece of holly into the fire. Announced by a regal trumpet fanfare, costumed log carriers were joined by hog carriers who brought a boar's head into the great hall with the log. The ceremony was unfortunately discontinued with the outbreak of World War II and was revived afterwards with a less elaborate format.
Each part of the ceremony has an allegorical meaning behind the ancient superstitions. Thus, the sprig of green symbolizes the woes of last year. It is cast on the fire to banish those woes forever, to protect the house from the ghouls and ghosties and things that go bump in the night. Wine is poured into the fire during the traditional blessing of the log. The ashes of the log are used throughout the year to continue to ward off evil.
William & Mary alumni and young patriots celebrated this season with merriment. For students today, the Yule log ceremony is a welcomed break between finals and an opportunity to gather in the holiday spirit with friends and appreciate diverse religious customs. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeanette and Cody, for sharing the history of this ceremony. Now, here to serenade us with their Yuletide medley, I present the Gentlemen of the College.
On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a partridge in a pear tree. On the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 2 turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree. On the fourth day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 5 golden rings. 4 calling birds, French and turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 9th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me. My true love gave to me 8 days, dancing 7 days, dancing 6 days. You better not shout, you better not pout, you better not trade in a pear tree. Deck the halls with clouds of holly. Deck becomes the swing, the six geese, the lace of violet and lilacs. 4 calling birds, 3 French, and 2 turtle doves. The boys' head and their eye be decked with bass and partridge in a pear tree.
What's next?
Yikes.
How many?
That was 13, 11.
Yeah, let's just pick a number and just keep going. All right, 11.
Okay, I like this. On the 11th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me. Five golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. Rum-a-bum-bum, diddly-dum. Me and my 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me. My true love gave to piping fire. Merry Christmas, we dreaming of a partridge a-laying. Jack Frost nipping at your nose. I'll be home for Christmas. And a hound dog in a pear tree. 3 fat hens and a duck. Quack!
Thank you, gentlemen. Before we conclude the ceremony, we have important instructions to ensure this last part goes smoothly. First, we would like to bring attention to Colonial Williamsburg's Grand Illumination event, which will feature fireworks starting shortly. Please do not be surprised if you hear the sound of fireworks. In a moment, we will begin the traditional passing of the Yule log through the crowd, aided by our very own criers and choir. The criers will walk in front of the logs, announcing their location and asking you to move aside, while the choir will follow immediately behind the logs, singing the alma mater.
In order to avoid what has been an uncomfortable log jam in the past, we ask that the majority of you go and grab some hot cider and cookies, which are located in the portico of Tucker and Yule. Take a look at the doves decorated by students and alumni hanging on the Wren portico before entering the Great Hall as well. The Wham Bam Big Band will entertain you with some holiday jazz as you enjoy refreshments. When you enter the Great Hall and reach the fireplace, throw your sprig of holly into the fire to symbolize the disappearance of your troubles and the rebirth of a fresh new year.
If you haven't received a sprig of holly yet, we have more available at the entrance to the Great Hall. A sprig will be handed to you as you move into the building. As you wish away your troubles, please consider donating to the Avalon Center in the jars at the entrance to the Great Hall. Once you've thrown your holly into the Yule log flames, exit the Great Hall and proceed out the side doors to the left. If you would like to take...
We hope that you've enjoyed tonight's celebration. Emily and I wish you the best during this holiday season. We are incredibly thankful for the opportunity to coordinate this tradition and bring our community together after a long year apart. And now, as the Yule logs proceed through the crowd, we invite you to join the William Mary Choir as together we sing our alma mater.
It's beginning